Episode 1278, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, is Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
And in LA, it's artist, producer, mogul, Marty.
Howdy.
See, I can give you Derek's title because you guys have the same qualifications.
You can't say it twice. It's weird to say mogul twice, you know. Two moguls, it's a lot. A lot of moguls.
Okay, so this is our first episode after the Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
You guys good? You recovered? You slept? No stress? Ate well?
Yeah, definitely ate well. I went to Arkansas for Thanksgiving, and that's they're definitely the best cooks in our family.
Wait.
We don't like
family. Hold on. Didn't you tell me this is the trailer family that eats squirrels?
Well, I mean, if you can make a squirrel taste good, you can make anything taste good. No, yeah, for the squirrel stayed in the freezer this time, but
wait, there really is squirrel meat in the house?
Yeah.
Are they hunters? Is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah. They live right down the street. Like we went to the deer camp where other people were a couple of my cousins, they shot a couple deers on Thanksgiving Day. So not me, but others.
Good for them. I saw the New York Times this week in their little newsletter. Was the headline was "Kill Your Own Food This Thanksgiving." It was all about that trend. Real quick, not to pivot from squirrel meat.
No, please do.
But I had a quick dilemma. I was flying home 2 days ago on Saturday, and I was in LaGuardia Airport, which, by the way, they've done a great job.
Great job.
Shout out to LaGuardia people.
Great airport.
It's probably one of the best in the country.
The Delta terminal, is that what you were in?
Yeah, I was in the Delta terminal.
Unreal. It's so great.
And I was getting food, and I noticed in the booth next to me was Ben Marshall from Saturday Night Live. He's part of Please Don't Destroy. He's a new cast member. And he was sitting, right? Yeah. And I think we had talked about him recently on the show. I think he had like a church kid background or something. I can't remember.
That was the other one. That was James Austin Johnson.
Oh, the one who does the Trump impersonation.
Did you ask him about growing up in church? Confused when I asked. No, but the other tall redhead.
Do you know Assemblies of God? Do you know what that is? Like, what are you talking about?
Weren't you at Acquire the Fireman? No, but I obviously I'm a big SNL fan, and I like Please Don't Destroy. I like their movie. I think it was. I thought it was underrated. So I felt
like the cult scene is amazing. Yeah,
I felt like I kind of dipped in the third act a little. The early scenes with Conan were great. But
Conan, the disapproving dad.
Yes, it was
perfectly
perfect.
Cast. Yeah.
All lives matter. Ooh, when you say it, it doesn't sound the same.
And I had that consideration of do I say anything? Do I say, hey, I like your work? But that
I would
seems
just I would do a, hey man, you're killing it this season, and just kind of keep going.
I ended up declining the opportunity. I just didn't know. I didn't know he was just by himself eating a burrito, scrolling on his phone. He didn't seem like, he would have been off put. But I don't know. I feel like I've kind of moved on beyond it.
That shocks me. You of all people, you sidle up. I find you in the airport lounge talking to D-list celebrities anytime we travel.
That is true. Maybe it was just because I was spent from Thanksgiving
talking to Kirk Cameron last time you were at the airport.
I did chat with Bob Saget for a while one time.
That's cool. That's really cool.
He's about at that level. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe the other thing too is I'm not totally caught up this season. I'm only watching bits and spurts. So I did watch that Missing Wives fake Netflix true crime sketch, which I thought was
brilliant.
Totally, hilarious, and he was in that. But I froze. It wasn't even out of nervousness. It's just I just don't know what to say.
I was just a little nod of encouragement. See, I actually would have done that. I don't do the talk to strangers thing.
What would you have said?
I would have said what I just said. I would have said, "Hey, man, big fan. You guys are killing it this year. Great job." And then I would have just left him alone.
Big
walk
fan.
Away.
I like 2/3 of the movie.
Paid for his burrito and leave. He's like, "Who's this mysterious stranger?" That's how you handle it.
Marty, do you? Yeah, you have fans. Do you get bothered if people who like your art tell you that if they see you in the airport or whatever?
No, you know what? lately we've been going to museums a lot for my son, and I keep getting recognized at like the museum. So we're like, it's weird. It's weird when it's like in the service industry and you're like, hey, what's going on? They're like, are you Marty? I'm like, yeah. And then they're talking to you, and then I'm like, actually, this was diet. This was a diet drink. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, like, no. You know, it's always like, I hate when you have to, it's almost like when your waiter is that, and they're like, wow, I'm a big fan. I'm like, thank you. Is there a way we can get more bread? Texas Roadhouse. Can I get more bread? Is that possible? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. So you were a fan. That's great. You know, usually it's like that. But going to LAX, I always see celebrities, and I will, if it's a certain caliber, I will walk up to the celebrity and be like, hey, I'll do what Cameron does. It's like you shoot encouragement and you are leaving. And if they want to continue, you can stay. But it's up to them. If they're like, oh, what's your name? That's when you're like, yeah, my name is Marty. Can I get a picture? And then they're like, cool, you know? But you have to do the walk away.
What's like the caliber that, like, who are you saying this to?
The last person I said this to was the lead singer of Gym Class Heroes.
Oh.
Love your work. Love your work.
I was like, hey man, I'm a huge fan. I love what you do. And he was like, oh, what's your name? And then I took a photo with him because he asked me what my name was. But the last celebrity I saw, I think I told you, Emily, there's a girl from Pitch Perfect, the blonde lead of
Anna Camp?
No, the blonde girl, the one who's like the competitor, her like rival in the
Snow.
That's her. I saw her. I think.
Are you kidding?
Husband.
I never seen the movie. I just watched.
That's her. Yeah.
Well, she has red hair in the movie. That's why I didn't know. Oh, yeah. She normally has blonde hair. Yeah,
super small. She's like a very small person, and I was like, she was at Earth Cafe.
She used to be married to a guy on the selling the OC.
You know what I should have done? Yes. I should have gone up to him and he was sitting there eating his lunch and be like, listen, I never do this. And I want to apologize. I know it's probably going to make you uncomfortable, but I am a huge, huge fan
of Lorne Michaels
of burritos. And I need to figure out where I'm buying lunch here. Is that any good? Because I was going to buy one.
That's even funnier to comment something that they're expecting you to like really, you're like, but where did you get that burrito? Because it looks delicious. I did not see it. And then he's like, oh, it's right over there. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, listen, I got some sketch ideas I'd like to pitch you real quick since I got you.
No, I got you. Marty, you mentioned LAXing celebrities. I have the best celebrity LAX story ever. 2004, Jesus Walks was a monster. Kanye wasn't the current Kanye. He was the up-and-coming Kanye. Relevant was brand new. We were a year out at that time. POD had been big in the charts that year. Okay. So CBS hit us up that 60 Minutes wanted to do a segment on this Jesus and pop culture moment that was happening. And Relevant, I was asked to fly up to New York to be the color commentary to tell them kind of like why it's happening, that kind of thing. Okay. So it airs. The 60 Minutes airs. It's Kanye, POD, me, somebody else. And I'm in line at security at LAX, and directly in front of me is Kanye. The day after it aired. So this is Monday. It aired on Sunday night. I had the best opening line possible. I just said, hey, excuse me, did you see yourself on 60 Minutes last night? And he just kind of was like, nah. And kind of went to turn back around. And I go, oh, I was actually on it with you. And then he like turned around and he's like, oh, like who are you? You were on that segment? Like, and then we ended up talking for like 30 minutes. Like we went through security, hung out at the gate. He's a cool guy because then I was on his level, I guess, because I was on 60 Minutes. So I had a good interaction with Kanye at the airport.
It was transactional.
And do you have any burrito recommendations?
Yeah.
I'm a huge, huge fan.
Huge burrito fan. Hey, we have a good show coming up. It's our first show of December. We have some holiday things in store for the next few episodes. But on this episode, we have Chris Llewellyn from Rend Collective. They have a new Christmas album. He's joining us about halfway through the show. So we have a little slices. At the end of the show, we still have more of the one has to go Christmas edition or holiday edition. We're going to try and get Chris to play with us, so that'll be fun. But stay tuned. Right after this break, it's Relevant Buzz.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. Well, before we get to Relevant Buzz, we have a special short conversation that we want to bring to you. Today's episode is coming out on December 2nd, Giving Tuesday. It's the biggest giving day of the year. And there's a particular organization we wanted to highlight this year. You might have seen the article at relevantmagazine.com. You might have seen it on our IG feed. Mercy Ships is an organization doing amazing life-saving work around the world, but specifically coastal Africa. They bring state-of-the-art medical ships to areas that have no access to surgical care that so many people need. They treat everything from cancer to cleft palates to cataracts and a lot more. The surgeons and the massive staffs that make these ships operate volunteer their time to change lives, save lives. It's an amazing organization, and we want to tell you about it today. So Emily had a conversation with Mercy Ships' Taylor Borden, and they talk about the organization's mission, the need in Africa, and how to get involved. It's just a couple minutes long. Stick with us. It's Giving Tuesday. Here is that conversation.
For those who may not know, what is Mercy Ships' overall goal and mission?
So Mercy Ships follows the 2,000-year model of Jesus to bring hope and healing to communities that lack access to healthcare. Because what we know is that about 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. And in sub-Saharan Africa, where we work, about 90% of people lack access to what we would say is safe, timely, and affordable healthcare. And so we provide free, life-changing surgeries to people that wouldn't necessarily have access otherwise. So that could be anything from repairing a cleft lip and palate, straightening twisted limbs in children who have like windswept legs or bowed legs. That is removing really dangerous tumors and goiters, or even removing cataracts that limit or completely remove someone's ability to see. And then on top of that, we do what we call education, training, and advocacy. But really what that is training local healthcare providers to invest in the long-term surgical ecosystem of the countries and the regions that we're partnering with.
What are some of the challenges that Mercy Ships facing right now?
Honestly, one of the most significant challenges that we face really is the need. There is just such a significant lack of providers in the region we serve. There is an average of one surgeon for every 200,000 people in sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
The recommendation would be about 40 providers for every 200,000 people. And so that is what we come in there to fill the gap. And really, it's why we're so passionate about training in-country providers, so that there is a legacy and system long after we go. Because the challenge is there are so many people that need care, and we are doing everything in our power to increase that, where it's not just dependent on Mercy Ships, but actually the healthcare system in the country can support its people really beautifully and excellently.
For anyone listening to this who wants to help, wants to get involved, what can they do?
There's a couple ways that you can get involved with Mercy Ships. The first one is to give. We are supported by generous donors who partner with us financially and who help make sure that the work that Mercy Ships does continues to happen and has been happening for 45 years. The second would be to go. So that's to volunteer with us, like whether that's for 2 weeks or 2 years or a really long time. we need people of all different skill sets to join us on board. And so that could be healthcare professionals, but that could also be teachers, administrators, human resources professionals, cooks, even mechanical professionals. So plumbers, carpenters, mechanics, that kind of stuff. So we really do need people from so many different disciplines to join us on board and volunteer with us for short or long term. And then the third would be to partner with us in prayer, to pray that we would be faithful to bring hope and healing to the patients and their families and their communities, really. So praying with us for our patients and praying with us for God to bring the right volunteers to us, The Bible says that the harvest is plenty and the workers are few. And so we really are always looking for the way that we can partner with people and follow God's lead to bring the right people to serve on board with us.
That was Taylor Borden from Mercy Ships. They're an amazing organization. Get involved. It's Giving Tuesday. If you're hearing this after Giving Tuesday, who cares? You can still give. Go to mercyships.org/relevant and your gift will be matched. It'll be doubled. Go make a difference. Save lives. Okay. Without any further ado, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Tell us what's happening this week at the intersection of faith and culture, Emily.
Okay. First thing I want to talk about is NF's new album that just came out last month. It debuted at number 4 on the Billboard charts and has actually risen to number 3, which is like the highest he's ever done. But also, I think the highest that someone who started in the Christian rap scene has ever been on the Billboard 200. So very exciting time.
Except for Marty's latest album.
Well,
which shot straight to number 1. But
wasn't NF's last album I think it was Mansion? That was number 1, right? In all categories.
Yeah, we're talking all categories, but yeah, that one was number 1 in rap.
It wasn't number 1 on the Billboard 200 charts. This is the first time. This is the highest he's ever been on the Billboard overall.
It's his highest debut, and then he rose from it in week 2, which is
that's incredible.
Great. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, Marty, have you ever interacted with him?
Never, not yet.
You don't see him at the LAX airport or the museums that you're frequenting?
No. Actually, NF is the reason why we ended up getting signed to Capitol, of all things.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a funny story. That's why I have it's funny because last night there was a lawyer who this is so random, but a lawyer reached out and was like, would you ever sell your catalog? You have 2 NF songs. And I'm like, I might actually, I might actually sell that catalog. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Wait, what do you mean you worked with him on 2 songs?
Yeah, I have 2 songs with him.
But you've never
never met him.
I have met him. I was just joking around. I was on tour with him.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I was on tour with him. I don't know. I thought it was a joke.
The fact that you said Nate real quick, I figured you were friends with him. I mean, y'all friends with him. But then you're like, no, I've never met him. I'm saying you're very sincere.
I thought you were joking. No. Wow. I was on tour with him for 2 months or a month or something like that. And then we have songs together, and he's a really good dude, really good guy.
I've only heard good things.
Yeah. Very dark. Like he's like troubled, but also genuine. I
saw him at Lollapalooza side stage in his huge crowd, and everybody was. It was all the goth kids and all the depressed kids.
They're crying.
They're all wearing black, and they had eyeliner and stuff. Yeah. But it was a good show. Good show.
Yes, well, we are excited for him. I don't know how to pivot out of the goth rap fans because now that's all I'm going to be thinking about. But moving on to more music news that we have. This one is not as exciting as it is shocking. But there's this AI music generating platform called Suno. You guys may have heard of it. But according to recent reporting from Billboard, Suno's users are creating about 7 million new songs a day, which is equivalent to creating Spotify's entire catalog every 2 weeks.
Wow.
No, after we posted this, Marty and Derek got into it in our group chat, and I just stayed out of it. You guys had 2 different views on this.
Yeah, I like AI. I think you should be able to use AI. I know it sounds crazy, but I fully believe that when change starts to peek its head out, you have to embrace it, or you get left behind. And so I just really feel like AI right now needs to be embraced because there's no escaping it. There's just no escaping it. I mean, I don't feel like there's certain boundaries which I think we should be using it, What I'm saying is, but don't use it as a tool for it to help you. It's not the main, it's not the entire course of the meal. It's the crumbly stuff. It's the mac and cheese with the crumbly stuff. It's the crumbly stuff. It's not the whole cheese.
Well, so like this app, like people are, according to the reporting, like it could take, or the average amount of time it takes to fully create a song and produce it is about 20 minutes. So people are spending 20 minutes, like
really quick.
What are your thoughts, I guess, on that? Because you're saying like use it intentionally, but they're just using it just to completely do it.
Yeah, I think that it's like, when you're using complete AI for the entire song, you're not really doing anything. You're letting the computer make all the choices. There's a really great interview with John Bellion. He talks about the best music has faults in it. It's got it's never perfect, and that's what makes songs incredible. He referenced the Beatles and Jay-Z and certain artists. It's little mistakes inside the music create this human experience, and we all connect to it in a deeper way. I think AI sounds very cold. I just don't believe it. I don't want to watch an AI movie. I just have no interest in it. And I think that when you
use 2025. Wait till 2026 or 2027.
We'll see how Will Smith eats the pasta. Yeah, we'll see how fast Will Smith eats pasta and that thing. But I feel like embracing AI as a tool and not as the main course. So Suno, you could pull out the stems and then reproduce it. One of my artists has reproduced his albums via AI. I think it's so cool. But then there are artists who literally will just create their whole song AI and then switch a voice out. I don't think that, and I think that fans also could tell, and fans are like, this is not good. Yeah. And AI is not where it's not the place where you could be like, wow, the sample is clear. There's always a level of frequency mixed up in there, and you could tell the difference a lot of times anyway.
But even when that improves, right, and the level of like kind of tells that it's AI are like smoothed out, which I think will eventually happen.
Well, it's already happening. If you've seen the side by side and just the image generation stuff, where it had Nano Banana Gen 1 and Nano Banana Pro that just came out like last week. Yeah. It went from that looks like a very good AI photo of a girl in a coffee shop to that looks like a real photo of a girl. There's no indication, details, background details, zero indication that anything was false. So that's with image generation. It's going to happen with music too.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like it's going to get there. So beyond like the quality thing, like the one thing that like when you look at your kind of entry point anecdote, Emily, about the volume that it can produce in a day is like the entire Spotify library. And then, I was reading in like Semaphore, one of these industry websites about like a podcast startup that basically has generated all these fake hosts, and they prompt the host to do episodes about just any topic they can think of. And they just produce thousands of episodes over the course of a week, put them on podcast platforms, and their business model isn't to get 200,000 people to download every episode. It's to get 2 people to download each episode. And it's a volume game. But I think that is more of, because we've already seen this in the print world to a degree, where kind of junky AI content clogs up a lot. It becomes increasingly difficult sometimes to find stuff written by a human if that's what you're looking for. And it's like accelerated the dead internet theory. Like the dead internet theory used to be a theory, but now it's kind of just given that most of the internet is fake trash, and that it's not really alive. It's just the robot snake eating its own tail in reverse. You know what I mean? And that the internet is no longer these people connecting over a connection. It's just the robot growing itself bigger, And I think that whatever comes out of this phase, I think will be a response to that,
Sometimes I feel like there's the demand is, they think that we want it more than we do. Sometimes I feel like, right? Because I'm like, someone sent me a book recently and I threw it in AI and I'm like, which part of this was made with AI? And now, ChatGPT could tell you like, hey, this section but that's all by AI. I
mean, it said the Declaration of Independence was written by AI. I mean, those checker things are not accurate.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
literally
so
that
funny,
happened like last week,
I just feel like, everyone's using AI to the point where it's like, you're not even reading what you're writing or what it's writing. Like, we're just skipping over it just to get it done. And that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did think that whenever I saw it was like 7 million songs a day. It's like, how many of those are actually good songs?
Yeah.
And like
some of them are probably the same too. That's a thing. It's like a prompt that I could see that a lot of them sound similar.
Derek had a stat that he shared last year that like on Spotify in particular, something like, I'm going to say it wrong, but something like 8 million songs are uploaded every day. And like 80% of them have 0 listens. I mean, it was some staggering number of the songs on Spotify has 0 listens. Even the person who uploaded it didn't bother to listen to it. So it's like,
well,
the robot didn't even like it.
Because it's not a person that uploaded it.
Yeah.
It's an AI that's trained in this, process.
We could talk about AI. We could do a whole AI podcast. We're like so engaged in all this stuff, but anyway,
I did
we're trying to keep it distilled down to the masses. What do they find interesting?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. So, unfortunately, there just is a lot of AI stuff as it continues to grow. But moving on, we can talk about a real human because I want to talk about Patriots rookie TreVeyon Henderson. He's a running back who has been having like a really remarkable season. I obviously am more impressed by what he's doing off the field than what he's doing on the field. And that's
Jesse,
what I want to talk about.
Are you going to fact check her sports insight there that he's having a remarkable season? Is he?
Yeah. I mean,
lately, he came on late, right?
Yeah.
These
he's
last
a rookie.
several games.
Yeah.
He started slow because he's a rookie, and he's been crushing it the last 3-4 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, as I said, he's been having a remarkable season, as told to me by other people who are actually watching this game. AKA my father.
According to sports reporters and my dad.
According to Robbie Brown, he's been having a great season. Most recently, he actually broke a record, or Patriots record. He is the first rookie in Patriots history to have 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown in a single game. And, you'd think after that he would maybe kind of brag about himself, like be really excited about it. No. In all of his post-game interviews about that game, and even on social media, he is constantly talking about how he is just so thankful for how God's love for him doesn't depend on his performance, and his value is found in who God is, not in his like position as a player, like any like stats like that. And I just really love it. I actually have a clip that I want y'all to hear, so you can hear, not just making this up or repeating what my dad has shared to me. Okay.
It was a lot, but I knew it was going to be tough going into this. And the biggest thing, man, I just try to lean on the Lord. And, I pray and I ask him to give me a peace of mind and peace of heart. Because especially in the midst of troubles, your mind can wander all over the place. And, it can be really hard. It can be really challenging. And so I can't do this thing, on my own. I can't get through this thing on my own strength when times get tough. I always try to lean on him.
Good for him. He's got to do some sort of penance for playing for the New England Patriots. So,
well, aren't they good this year?
No, they're good. They're just evil.
They're not your team.
That's the thing.
I thought the evil left. I thought that was Belichick and Brady. I thought they did the thing with the sage and cleansed the aura of the franchise.
That was
baked in.
That was the bad.
It's baked in. Yeah.
It's baked in.
Yeah.
The curse is 3 generations, Cam. You don't understand.
Yeah. The matter.
Jesse, why do current NFL fans hate the Patriots when they were terrible, they're rebuilding, they're young and exciting again? Aren't they doing it the right way now?
I mean, look, there are just certain franchises that people are always going to hate. It's like the Yankees could change, dramatically and have, but people will always just hate them. Any team from Boston, people are going to hate, right? It just is what it is. So, I mean, good for the franchise and Mike Vrabel and the whole crew up there. But
maybe this great new rookie is going to get everybody saved, and then you're going to have to change your opinion about the Patriots because they will become.
I make a distinction between them as human beings and them as members of an organization.
Honestly,
if I saw them on the street, I'd be like, "Hey, man, how you doing? Good for you." But if my feelings of someone wearing that jersey, I'm sorry, I'm not going to cheer for them.
Honestly, I'm the same way yelling at basketball players. Like, I don't like. I've taken a few guys to games that know some of the players, like they're friends with.
Yeah,
and I'm yelling my typical basketball jokes during the game, and they're like, "Hey, man, he and his wife are kind of going through it right now." And I was like, "You just maybe like back off." And I'm like, "I don't want to know that." To me, basketball players are just objects that you can yell at, like you can make jokes about. I don't want to know that he's a human. I don't want to know he's a real person.
And I'm yelling at the jersey because, like, if that player that you were making fun of was traded mid-game and at halftime came out in the Orlando jersey, you would be his biggest supporter.
Absolutely.
Like, you're
redemption.
It's not personal. That's what I'm saying. It's just fun. Yeah,
anybody can get it with Cam. That's what it is.
Okay, well, that'll do it for Relevant Buzz. Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com every weekday where we are covering a lot more stuff like that. Thanks, Emily.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned. I said up next would be slices, but because we got talking so much about celebrity encounters and AI, we ran out of slices time. So stay tuned. Right after this quick break, Chris Llewellyn from Rend Collective joins us. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way His Spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold.
Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose the Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold. Well, our guest today is Chris Llewellyn from Rend Collective. They're a great folk band from Ireland who they like to refer to as the Christian version of Mumford & Sons. They said that. We didn't. They said it in a comment on one of our IG posts, actually. They recently released their latest Christmas album. It's called Christmas in Belfast, and Chris is here to talk to us about it. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Actually, referring to the Christian Mumford & Sons, my favorite ever comment was we used to make that joke, and then somebody just said in the sweetest burn ever that Mumford & Sons are the Christian Mumford & Sons. So I guess you're nothing.
You're the worship Mumford & Sons? I don't know.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyway, well, so, do you have a new Christmas album out? You guys, tell us about it. Tell us about the project.
Yeah, I always love the Christmas albums because it's this opportunity to do something super cozy and intimate and sweet that has nothing to do really with, it's not so much about songwriting, but it's about like creating a feeling more than it is about like, making somebody think something. At least that was the whole process behind it, was just trying to like capture that feeling of, I think of in Ireland, there's a tradition at about 11 p.m. on Christmas Eve in the parish churches and the little traditional churches. They always do candlelit services that take you into Christmas Day. And the music that they had there, obviously very acoustic, very, very sweet, very intimate, very tender. I always wanted to capture that feeling, followed by the feeling that happens afterwards, which is everybody goes to the pub for an hour. So there's kind of there's a little dichotomy there. It's like, I love the pub music that happens afterwards, the celebration stuff, and the really, really sweet, like sacred music as well. So there was a hope that we would make it feel like glowy and sweet.
That's awesome.
Now, I'm always fascinated, Chris, with Irish culture, and I like that you mentioned this dichotomy. Now, I only know Irish culture through my consumption of movies and things. Though I'm told my last name descends from Ireland.
Kerry,
I'm told Kerry is a last name, and I have a number of redheads in my family as well. So I have reason to believe I have a connection. Now. So I have a question for you because, I have this fascination, and I was watching NFL football yesterday, and the Saints had just signed this new kicker, and he's Welsh. Okay, they made a note of this, which is in
totally
proximity. It's in proximity.
Not Irish. Okay,
it's in proximity. This is why I want Chris's
No, it's
opinion.
all good. I am Welsh heritage, so we're in the right space here.
Okay.
So you'll see, Cameron, he's the perfect person to ask this.
Okay.
And he had an incredible he had a credible kicking debut. Well, I don't know if you watched the game at all, but he nailed like a 56-yarder. And then he set up what they call an onside kick. It's one of those difficult things to do in football. Mm-hmm. And they had mentioned that they this year there had only been 7% of onside kicks had been completed. He laid the ball on the side, did it, nailed it, perfect. It almost won the game for the Saints. And they had mentioned that this guy, they got him because he played Welsh rules football, which is evidently a different game entirely. So here's my question, Chris. How many derivatives of football are there, and what are the Welsh doing to train up these unbelievable kickers?
Well, your assumption is that the ancient Celtic sports are a derivative of football rather than the other way around. So we're going to correct that real quick.
This is an American, very American. Sorry about this.
But there's a lot, actually. Yeah, I mean, we have Gaelic football in Ireland, which is very similar. I would guess the rules are minimally different to Welsh, the Welsh version. There's like, I mean, there's a bajillion. We got rugby, we got soccer, we got all the Celtic ones.
But ultimately, hold on. What is the Gaelic? Because I think that's what they said is Gaelic. How is it different?
It's sort of like a conglomeration of like basketball. There's a bit of bouncing that's involved, and you hold the ball in your hands, but you're also allowed to like drop kick it at any time.
Can I be honest?
It's a very wild sport.
This doesn't sound derivative of anything I've ever heard of. This sounds like an entirely new game.
It's also astonishingly violent. Which is the other component of this. So
I like it.
You know Paul Mezcal? He was a player of GAA.
Oh wow!
Which is, yeah. So
well, okay, hold on.
Hence his shorts, which took the world by storm.
I'm having a very difficult time picturing this violent game where you bounce a ball, and it's also like football and soccer.
It sounds rugby-ish. It sounds rugby.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's like rugby if you could pass forwards in rugby, or it's like American football if anybody kicked during open play. I don't know.
Well, this is going to help me. What is the ball shaped like?
like a soccer ball.
Okay. So we're talking about here, not
honestly. Give it a go.
I'm
got the
sold
genetic
now.
material to make it work, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I've got enough of a grasp if I just showed up and inserted myself into my local Gaelic football game that they would welcome me.
How attached are you to your teeth? I think that would be the main.
Chris, you guys have been playing in Christian music in the U.S. for 15 years, it seems like. Are you living in the U.S. now, or are you coming back and forth?
Eventually, just it was making no sense going back and forward. So here I am in Nashville. This is,
of course,
this is a beautiful ego death. Here I am.
How has the adjustment been for you culturally to go from Ireland to Nashville of all places?
I don't know if I've adjusted at all. I just feel like a complete stranger here. The only sense of adjustment that I have is now that I also feel like a stranger when I go back home. So that's nice.
It kind of makes me sad that you just, now you're like, you don't have
it's
no
okay.
home.
I'm smiling. You can tell it's okay.
Is that why you wanted to make like a Christmas album about Ireland? Like, were you missing
Look at
home?
her bringing it back to the purpose of the interview, not sports. Got it. Good job,
fantastic.
Emily. She's a pro.
I think once you leave a country, you would not believe how nostalgic and how patriotic you get about that place. Like, I was 12% as Irish as I am now. When I was there, I was fed up with you get frustrated with your own country when you're living in it. And now from a distance, it just feels so really beautiful. And I guess I didn't realize how much it had warmed me. There's so much about like the kind of peacekeeper energy that I have in the midst of, I guess, like wild political conversations that happen in the US. It just comes from growing up in a country that was completely divided over politics and religion. I don't enter into it the same way. I find that like tribalism is really triggering for me. Just from where I came from, I saw what the end results of that are, and they're so destructive. So there's things like that I realized that I've carried from home, and that'll always kind of be with me and have shaped me.
That's beautiful. That's I forgot about that. I mean, Ireland is the most partisan. The story of Ireland is, the most partisan political violence.
But we're so racist that we managed to divide between ourselves and other white Christians. It was like we worked it out. We found a way. Kate finds a way at the alternative Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN.
Okay, I am going to transition so we can keep popping back into the interview, but we have a game that we've been playing. It's called One Has to Go. And are you down to play with us this week?
I'm down. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to go around to each of you. I'm going to give you 4 things, and you just have to tell me one has to go. The one that has to go. That's it, and tell us why. It's easy. There's no points or anything like that. It's all holiday based. Since you have a new Christmas album, we thought you'd be an expert on this stuff. So we'll start with you. You guys ready to play? Here we go.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So Chris, candied pecans. These are American traditions. Chocolate fudge, homemade cookies, and caramel popcorn. One has to go.
Oh, the fudge.
The fudge. Not a chocolate guy.
Whoa.
No, I just never had it where it made any kind of sense with the calories that are involved versus the joy. It's a poor ratio.
Okay. Can I ask one question? Okay, what is when I think of like an Irish meal, right? Especially around the holidays, and you speak of the calorie, per enjoyment ratio.
Yeah,
I figure they're both high. Is a shepherd's pie? Would that be considered like an Irish meal that people would eat at the holidays? And where does that rank in the hierarchy of Irish holiday meals?
So not really a holiday meal. That's like your Wednesday
It's like meatloaf. Yeah.
Kind of, it's the meal that when you're 10 years old, you react to as like, oh no, not that again. And then when you're 40, it's like, I wish I could get myself some of Mum's shepherd's pie. So that's not really a holiday meal, but our Christmas Day meal is very similar to like if you squished Thanksgiving and your Christmas ham together. We do turkey and ham and all that stuff for Christmas Day. So
is it together? Is it like a turducken where it's all jammed into one? No, that's delivery.
All these
system?
American meals that you're explaining, Jesse. Like, I've just been in the country. I just got here. I don't know what you're. Yeah,
Chris, you have a lot to experience.
I do not believe in that. I think that's an unholy.
a turducken is a turkey stuffed with a chicken and a duck.
I've heard about it. Yeah, it reminds me of that movie Centipede. So, and unfortunately,
Human Centipede. It reminds me of the second one in particular.
We celebrate the most holy time of year with one of the most unholy culinary creations ever derived of.
He's missing Ireland even more the more we talk about this. He's like,
the more we talk about stuffing animals inside other animals, I sort of feel like going home, having a car or something.
And to feel nostalgic about it every year during said football game, there's like replays of John Madden in the broadcast booth ripping one apart with his bare hands while grease is just flying all over his like CBS jacket. It's beautiful. It really, really is.
God bless America,
baby.
All right, Marty, movie night. This is like holiday movie night, board game night, big family dinner, or a day spent baking. One has to go.
Love baking. People know I'm a chef. I love to cook. I love everything. It's definitely going to be the board games. My wife hates a board game. She hates, even as soon as you start to break down the rules, she's disconnected. She's gone. She's out of there. So board games. Where I have never played a board game with my wife before. She refuses. I think there's like a dark history there that I just don't know about yet. That she hasn't opened up. Like there's some serious PTSD around the rules of Monopoly, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, I can't do the board games.
All right, Jesse. Slow mornings, a big brunch, long naps, and a long walk. One has to go.
I would say long brunch. I'm not.
You're not a brunch guy? A big brunch?
I'm not opposed to a big brunch, here and there. But if the other ones are part of my regular, I do all of the other things pretty regularly. The thing about brunch is like you are calling an audible on the day. You eat a big brunch and it's like this day's over, man.
You're
like
right.
I'm,
coming.
Yeah, the nap is whatever I had planned. It's out the window. Like it's a brunch day, and it's basically saying I give up for a day. Just put an X on the calendar. I had brunch today. Probably not doing anything after. It's over.
I mean, just you're brunching wrong if that's your view.
No, I think I'm brunching.
I agree with Jesse because you take a brunch, and then it's like, oh, it's 4:30. The whole day is ruined. Like 3:30, the whole day is ruined.
How long is your brunches? Aren't you going to brunch at like 11:30 or 11?
No, it's like at 12, right? Brunch starts at 12.
That's just lunch.
But either way, it's an ordeal.
Chris is like, we don't even have this in Ireland. We don't just have.
I was
breakfast,
asking
dinner.
Chris, what are your thoughts on big brunches?
I'm a fan, but I totally agree. I feel like a blood sugar coma is the inevitable result. Like I think 4:30 to be starting anything is crazy. After that, it's like you can lose 2 days to a really hefty lunch. Brunch.
You could.
You lose 2 days.
Definitely could.
If you do it right. If you do it right,
you could.
You're out for the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, Emily. Snowy mornings, crisp evenings, golden hour sunsets, or nighttime light displays. One has to go.
I'm gonna get rid. But what was the second one?
Crisp evenings.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. Evenings are making me really mad right now. As Chris can attest, it gets dark at 4:30. So
it's bad.
We don't really have an evening anymore. It just goes from afternoon to nighttime. So nature has already decided to get rid of my crispy evenings.
Yeah. All right. There you go. All right, Chris. Personalized stockings, nostalgic ornaments, themed ornaments, or handmade ornaments. One has to go.
Oh my goodness! I think themed.
The themed ones.
You mean like where we got like a Snoopy one or whatever.
Yeah, that is what I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe not Snoopy.
Well, I'm not trying to be down on Snoopy. He just wasn't a part of my upbringing. So I feel like every year I'm bombarded with this character that I'm not sure I fully understand.
Nobody understands him.
He's not even like
really
Snoopy's
does.
not even the star of these shows. I'm not realizing he's just the best looking one.
Just
Charlie
there.
Brown, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like you and Rend Collective. Not even star. You're just the best looking one.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. It's
Chris,
just the one you want to push forward.
I think you've identified something profound about Snoopy. Like if I were just to go around, because I grew up where anyone could say the word Snoopy, and I know exactly who they were talking about. Mm-hmm. But if I were to go up to anyone, even like a big Peanuts fan, I was like, what is Snoopy's defining character trait? I think everyone would be like, I've never really thought about it. He's just kind of there. Like,
he moves the football.
Yeah, dog.
He again, like I know nothing about him as a character. I've never really thought about that before.
No personality that you guys. Yeah. Well, I live in California. We have this thing called Knott's Berry Farm, and that is their Mickey Mouse. Is Snoopy. So everything is
That's
Snoopy.
the only IP they could get at Knott's Berry Farm.
Literally, it's the only one that was like affordable, and so. But they have.
They just didn't tell the Snoopy people.
Yeah. It's only on like one day a week. I'm just kidding. No. But yeah, I don't know if you remember, but on the Peanuts Thanksgiving special, they had like a Thanksgiving. He made Thanksgiving meal for everybody in the movie. Yeah. So they serve that. They serve it's like
the dog
jelly
made
beans,
the food.
toast, popcorn. Yeah, that's Knott's Berry Farm. So it's a big deal out here.
All right, Marty. Quality time with family.
No.
Quality time with friends. Quality time with your partner, or quality time alone. One has to go.
Well, I'm going to say friends. Quality time with friends has to go. I mean, I'm not going to switch time with my...
Thanks a lot.
Not going to switch time with my wife. Not going to switch time with my wife. Not going to switch time with my family. And I need some time alone. I'm one of those people where I'm not happy if you don't give me like 2 hours to be by myself. I'm just not a pleasant person to be around. So I need some alone time.
The other thing too is like it depends on how you define quality time, because sometimes I don't want my friends my friend time to be quality time. I really don't want many things of substance to be talked about. I just want to, I want it to be low quality time. You know what I mean? Like there's no judgment here, guys. We're just kind of hanging. Like that's kind of, you know what I mean? Like I think
eating
that's a
junk
loophole.
food. I feel like low quality time would be like eating junk food and just like watching football and just not really talking much, but just like enjoying the moment and just leaving and being like, it was a great time.
Yep. Good time. Yeah.
All right, Jesse. Sledding, ice skating, snowball fights, and snowy walks. One has to go.
I'm going to have to go. I'm probably going to go ice skating here. Mainly because I feel like it's an activity that in order to actually enjoy and not embarrass yourself with, there's a high bar for investment into gear. And I'm not, look, man, I like
just get the rental skates. What are you talking about? I'm a Floridian and I'm fine with it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but even when you rent, it's like I'm going to rent them a couple times a year, or else it doesn't make sense to rent them. I might as well just buy a pair. And then just going that many times, I'm not going to be a very good ice skater enough to enjoy it. Like it's just, it sounds very calculated. It sounds like I've done the math on it. And I hate ice skating.
Every time you rent a skate, they're always super loose. It's like bowling shoes, right? Like the tongue is ripped out.
That is true. You got to get the hockey skates from the rental counter.
Yeah,
you got to ask
then
for the hockey stiff.
Yeah, but that's an upcharge.
Ankles are
it is an upcharge.
People's ankles are breaking.
Yeah.
Ice skating is too expensive in this country, and it's one of the big problems we have. And it's these tariffs, and I'm getting all fired up. Just move on, Cameron.
All right, Emily, holiday music all day. Be careful because there's a new holiday album that we're promoting right now. Holiday music all day. Holiday music only at night. Holiday music only in December. No holiday music at all. One has to go.
I'll get rid of holiday music at night. Only
you want to keep no holiday music at all?
Some people just
you realize why Chris is here right now, right?
I know. I'm trying not to make eye contact with him. Some people just aren't holiday music people, and I want to respect their choice.
Taylor has not dropped the Christmas album. That's why.
There's no Taylor Swift.
Taylor
Swift. She has.
Chris, you have to understand.
Like
she has.
Back in like 2006.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was like an EP. She has a song called Christmas Tree Farm. It's fine. A lot of fans don't acknowledge it was not her best work. But
that doesn't stop a Swiftie from acknowledging her work.
Exactly.
Or defending it to the death.
Thank you. Chris recognizes me, so he's clocked me pretty quickly, I see.
Okay. Chris, artificial trees, real trees, tiny tabletop trees, or no tree. One has to go.
Oh, I think a tiny tabletop tree is the saddest representation of Christmas ever. It's like, don't bother at that point. It's
Emily. That's Emily. Isn't that what you have in your apartment? It's just a little sad.
Literally right behind her.
Okay, I used to have one. I bought a real.
Chris, he is an expert. He has a Christmas album out right now. And he said, don't even bother. He said, don't even bother.
It's the official mascot of seasonal affective disorder.
It took about 5 minutes to put up. Whenever I did have it, it really was sad.
And it stayed up. And it stayed up like 4 months too long.
Yeah, it's so small. It's so easy to get rid of. But
it became a Valentine's tree. It was an Easter tree.
Yeah, no, I respect the people who just don't put anything up more than I respect the tabletop tree. I'm sorry.
All right, Marty, group prayers, group games, group photos, and group texts. One has to go. Group prayers, group games, group photos, group texts.
Instantly, as soon as you said that. Yeah, no, group prayers.
Where two or more are gathered in his name.
No, but the problem is if it's a gossipy bunch, you know, it's
that's
a prayer
number one.
request.
Yeah.
It's the prayer request time. It's like, oh, we really need to pray for Billy. He's really going through it. You guys heard what happened, didn't you? And then it's like, here we go. This is gossip in the form of group prayer. We've seen it. I think we've all witnessed this phenomenon.
And we don't like that? Is that
and
what
I don't like that type of prayer. I don't like performative prayers. God hates performative prayers, but I really hate perform. You know, when somebody's really trying to like impress you or like, you know, especially if you go to like Latin church where you have this, it's just like where it's Christmas meal. Why are you prophesying? Why did that even come? Like,
you got that one relative at Thanksgiving, like you don't ask to pray before the meal because it's going to be about
some uncomfortable hand holding going on.
He comes in a tie,
Dude.
like he wears a tie with a like no one here has a tie on except for this guy. You know, like,
are you Jesse? Thank you for bringing up the uncomfortable hand holding. My family is a performative hand holding family, and I am not. And we were eating Thanksgiving at a restaurant, a fancy restaurant, and they want to do the big we're Christians hand holding thing, you know, and like it's just awkward and clammy, and we don't usually hold hands like this.
I come from a hand holding family, and I don't have any direct objection to it. My only problem is when it's a big enough group and you're standing beside someone you don't know that well, and you reach and you get a first awkward grip where your hand is like on the other, and it's like, well, I guess I'm
who's
just
the dominant hand? Who's the submissive hand?
That's a power struggle. I've seen that go wrong.
Yeah, well, and then it's like, at what point in the prayer do I collectively let go and re-grip and let them know?
Yeah,
this
sometimes
is a
you gotta
situation.
I don't want to be on the front.
I
got the girl. Yeah.
You got to refix it, and if you try again, then if they're aggressive,
I'm fine with the family. It's a landmine when you're with strangers.
I feel like y'all are focusing on the wrong things when it comes to
hold hands.
I have to say,
we don't even hold hands. No, we don't. Even when I pray before a show, we don't hold hands. We just stand there like shoulder to shoulder praying. I just don't want to. I don't got to hold a hand.
You like nuzzle up real tight, like
nuzzle up like we're warm. Yeah, we're trying to get warm in Alaska. But yeah, I don't like holding hands. Sometimes to get out of it.
Nose.
Yeah, sometimes to get out of it, I do the cross fingers with somebody, and then they'd be like trying to get. They're doing this like it's like sticky.
Or you ever have like you got to itch your nose and you're like, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Give me one. Oh, thank you.
You have to carry the hand with you all the way up.
Yeah,
and scratch your nose. Yeah,
there's a
Chris,
lot.
Where does Rend Collective stand on the pre-show prayer holding hands situation?
Oh, it's certainly no holding hands. I mean, mostly the prayer is coinciding with like last minute prep. So it's like usually it's over the top of drum warm ups, like the practice pad. And like,
do you make the
guys with their pants on running around stressed looking for their thing? So there's no ceremony around it at all, but it seems to work.
Jesse, you said that they should make the drummer hold hands to make it stop
during the warm up, and he can, you guys.
Everybody has to hold
rules are rules.
Everybody has to do the drums. Who are we at? Where are we at? Are we at Jesse?
Jesse. Yeah.
Okay, we're to Jesse. Jesse, people do a lot of binge background TVs on Netflix on cooking shows, baking competitions, travel specials, and DIY decor shows. One has to go.
Say one more time.
Cooking shows, baking competitions, travel specials, and DIY decor shows.
Cooking, easily. Like, baking competitions. I like the element of competition for the home decor ones. I like.
Do you watch the British one to make Chris feel at home? Do you watch the British baking challenge?
No, I watch Is It Cake, which is close enough.
No, it's not. It's not at all the same thing.
And it's a type of baking competition.
Is it the Mikey Day one where
it's great.
It's like a guy is sitting on a couch and they have to say, is the couch cake or not? And then
Cameron, the premise of the show is the title. Okay, I don't know why you're asking questions. The show's called Is It Cake?
I saw about 10 seconds of it one time when I was waiting in my car and they had the Netflix. I was just whatever, and I got about 10 seconds in. I thought this is the stupidest show I've ever seen. I changed.
Are there multiple seasons?
There are.
Yeah, they're
Americans love it, Chris. Americans love it.
We're simple people. We're simple people.
To me.
It was like I saw one. It was like
one time that this happened.
I'm surprised there's more than one episode.
Specific, no, not even an episode, just like one.
Somebody did a boxing glove
where somebody made something very convincing out of cake.
They're getting more convincing. I'm going to be honest. They had a MacBook at one point, and it looked like a real screen and everything, and then the girl karate chopped through it.
Yeah, it's.
How could it look like a real screen with frosting?
It looked like a MacBook. It just looked like a MacBook. I can't explain. It looked like there was a case on it and everything.
I mean,
okay, now I'm understanding why there's multiple seasons.
The one I saw was like a boxing glove and a ice skating, ice skate shoe or whatever, and it was so obviously cake.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't do the precision.
No, this isn't obvious at all. And
the newest season, the guy was like, "Are my pants chocolate or are my pants cake?" And everyone's like, "I don't know. It looks there's buttons on it. There's tweed.
Did he walk
it's
out?
Like corduroy."
Was he wearing them?
He took one step and the pants fell apart. Yeah, he was wearing cake pants. They were not Adidas track.
One time the wall was cake, and they just stabbed the wall. Like,
I'm dead serious. Yeah. No, it's like trying to level up every season. It's getting out of control.
Chris, welcome to America.
I get it actually now. Yeah,
turducken
it was right
and
where
fake
the cake pants fell off that I felt like that seemed sophisticated.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Four-dimensional chess. Yeah.
Emily, holiday football games, parades, movie marathons, or video games.
You already know what it is.
I mean, I'm going to say football games.
You'd rather do video games during the holidays with your friends?
Honestly, yeah. I love bring out the Wii or like Guitar Hero or something like interactive like that. I'm interested in. I sat for, I think maybe 30 minutes of a football game on Thursday, and I was dying to do literally anything else. So that's kind of my stance on football games.
Chris, how do you feel about American football? Have you in any way embraced it?
Feel free to be honest, as I have been.
Yeah, so the guys in my band like to watch it, so I've got more into it over time. Got a Lions fan on the bus, and I still think it's too stop-starty for me. I grew up on rugby, but when it's spectacular, it's spectacular.
Do you like basketball? I'm a basketball guy because of that. I love the constant activity of it.
Again, I find that a more enjoyable watch, but I haven't really dived into it.
We'll get you there.
Yeah,
it's not violent enough. That's what he's trying to say.
No, I get it. I was reading something over the weekend, and they described American football as the two worst things about it. And I love football, but I thought this was funny. They said it's the two worst things about America combined. Committee meetings and spurts of violence. And that's the entire game.
That's incredible.
Committee meetings.
That is incredible.
They hold hands. In the huddle, they hold hands.
I was like, summary. Kind of nailed it. Yeah. So.
Have you ever seen the slap fighting?
Yeah, those.
Familiar. Yeah.
That made a real appearance for like one tour on our bus. We were just watching endless slap fighting.
Yeah, they're on season 9 too.
How do you kill so much bus time? Is it stuff like that? You guys collectively get into a certain movie genre
slap fighting,
or
But like we became, I would say, probably the number one consumers of slap fighting. We were talking about all the guys.
It's a low bar, to be fair.
Yeah. To know the names of the players in the game is wild alone. Yeah.
Well, one of the main one's called Da Crazy Hawaiian. not the Crazy Hawaiian, but Da Crazy Hawaiian, and that's his official name.
That's amazing.
Anyway, I think that's a good American sport, although no Americans participate in it.
Right.
Oh, no, hold on. The Da Crazy Hawaiian is American.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
that's true. Sorry.
Well, Chris, thanks for wasting the last 20 minutes of your life playing this stupid game with us. We appreciate it. To remind everybody while you're here, Rend Collective has a new Christmas album out. It's called Christmas in Belfast. It's available now. Go check it out. And then go to the pub for an hour after you listen to it, right? And
so you should. Honestly, you don't even need to say that. That'll be a natural.
It's just going to get you ready. It's pre-gaming you. All right.
Get the
That's awesome.
Please no.
All right. And then we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Chris Llewellyn.
There you go. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. For the latest at the intersection of faith, life, and culture, make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com. And while there, click over to issue 117 of Relevant. The new digital issue is packed, and you can read it for free. If you want our enhanced magazine, as well as ad-free reading at the site and ad-free versions of our podcasts, sign up for Relevant Plus. Plans start as low as $2.50 a month, and it's the best way to experience our content. Find out more and sign up today at relevantmagazine.com.
Relevant Podcast Network. Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business and sell more with less effort thanks to the Shopify magic, your AI-powered all-star. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/redcircle, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/redcircle now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/redcircle.